another day on the Greenway. It's proper muddy though. Don't know how this is going to go. So I don't think I'm going to be going that quick along here, because it's muddy and there's a surface layer of mud where it's been raining a couple of days. We'll see. Thank you. Oh. Why? That was slippery.
Yeah, nice one.
Well, first slip of the day. Yeah, it's just slidey. It's not the best weather. I tend to stick to normal paths when it's this time of year, just because exactly that. The paths like this, when they've been rained on, they're not particularly favourable. Not all the places, but like certain areas are a bit tricky like that. I thought I had it. I thought I held on to it, but didn't quite hold on to it as much as I thought. So we'll see how the rest goes. We've got 14 odd miles to go, which doesn't seem a lot, but when it's a bit like this, it's more hard going than you'd like. So let's see how we get on. It's nice when the sun's out, but unfortunately it's still not quite dry enough for a proper decent run, which is a shame. It did rain last night, not a lot, but it rained probably enough just to wetten down what was bad before. I've got to try and avoid those big gouges of mud. Some of these bits can be a little bit tricky when it's been raining. But like I said, we'll see how it goes. And we'll try not to fall off. At least I didn't fall off. It's more of a slide and a well-controlled thing, and that was within the first 5 minutes of riding. Doesn't bode well for the other 13 odd miles. We'll see. So you got bits like this which are just horrible. So I have to take it very easy over those bits so you don't slip and slide everywhere. And there's usually a big puddle around this side, so we'll see if that's the same this time. I bet it is. There's one already I can see. Oh, damn it. I hate this when it's like this. Again, try and take it easy. This one's actually not as bad as it usually is. This is usually a lot fuller. So again, take it easy through these bits, just because I don't want any water to get up into the wheel. Thank you. Potter along here. I'm going to try and do the whole thing, like show you the whole Greenway. So when it is a bit more drier, I mean some of this is quite dry, which is nice. Hopefully the rest will be the same. So see, I can tell you what it's like. Sort of take you around the whole circuit. I've kind of done it when I've recorded it before. I've kind of recorded bits and pieces and things like that, and you can kind of get the general gist. I'll still have to cut it in certain bits because I don't think getting round is about an hour, so I don't think an hour will fit on my memory card. And depending on the sound, how the sound comes out, will either be music with me falling off or a bit of talking and music and me falling off. So we just come round a bit, starting at Hitchin. It's about, I think, about 3 miles to what's called the Letchworth Gate, so that goes into obviously Letchworth, being Letchworth Gate. Make sure people know I'm coming down here because I've run into a cyclist before along here. Both of us going a bit too quick. There'll be a few bits of mud, I'm sure, along here. I'll stop here, just make sure there's no cars. Get across. And hopefully get up here without becoming a cropper. And it's a bit slippery up here, so have to be careful. But it's a really nice, I do like this, as you well know. Afternoon. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Probably not. We'll see. Oh, damn it. Unfortunately, when it's a bit like this, even with a treaded tyre, it kind of train track it. Yeah, I ain't chancing that. I'm just going to slide down this. Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah, that last little kind of hill, whilst it doesn't seem that high or anything daft like that, it's really muddy towards the bottom. And judging by how much I've been sliding earlier, that was a bit too chancy. I don't really fancy coming off too often if I can help it. So we just popped off there for a bit. Yeah, so this bit's not too bad. I don't know why this is drier than everywhere else. Obviously either didn't get the rain or it's got more sun this morning. We're gonna keep going. Thank you. Oh, and here we go. This is going to be troublesome. That is nasty. Just plain old nasty. Going to see puddles along here. We're just running along, so this is the A1M that goes up towards Letchworth. So we're almost only about 2 miles in, and there's just pockets of water, some bigger than others. Just being a little bit careful even on them, because even with the treaded tyre, it's just enough. Just seems to be enough mud to slip out, and that's something I don't particularly want to do today. Once was enough today. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of it fares as we go round, but we'll take each bit as we come. I think today's going to be a bit challenging. Thank you. Is really helpful for people that are walking obviously away from you. Doesn't always work, because people either tend to ignore it on purpose because they feel that walkers are got right way, or they got headphones on, which is fair enough. You can't always hear that. I don't ride with headphones for that reason. I like to hear traffic and things like that. Yeah, still bits of mud and a bit slippery and stuff. It's not too bad, but yeah. Oh, and I need to sort my tyre. It's still not as straight as I'd like. Thank you. Fuck. Yep, there's still definitely a couple of bits that are tricky. I got to admit, whilst the board would be, it will still be slippery along here. See, even that's caked in mud. Fuck! Keep it! Oh, heart pounding. I pretty much went sideways on that one. Held it though. But as I was saying, I think the boards would still slip being along here even on Apex shit slingers. They tread in really well, but some of the mud along here is proper thick, wet stuff. You get on this and then happy days. But yeah, on that other stuff it's proper gnarly. have to deal with it. I'm just hoping that the rest of it will be a little bit kinder. I don't want too many of these, to be honest. That bit, yeah, usually is the worst, to be fair. Right, we're just coming up to Letchworth Gate. So this bit we've got to cross over a road. So I'm going to get off here. Pause the camera a minute. Again, trying to be cautious. We're going to cross over Letchworth Gate. Wait for the traffic. Thought it'd be a bit challenging today, but that's 2 slips today. No more slips. Thank God. Let's see how we go. I'm going to probably avoid. I'm going to avoid the path. I'm not sure. We'll see. Unfortunately, I could feel my foot a bit slipping just because of the water and the mud. So probably not going to venture out to Grafham Water tonight, because if that's like that, Grafham Water is going to be a lot worse. And in the dark, at least I can see what's coming along here. It's a bit easier to spot. But my feet are muddy. I'll do the shopping after this. Anything stupid today, just going around the Greenway, but it's proving challenging because of the mud, so we're going to avoid the path. Right, let's do the whole thing. It's not cheap out. Could have gone up that road up there, and that road just basically only cuts out this bit and the first part of the little trail. So we're now in back at Letchworth, and even this path has got crap across it, coupled with like the tree roots along here, like that. When you're on a board, you just whip over those, but on these, you know, you can still obviously do it. But with my feet being a bit wet and being a bit slippery, and all that just mush stuff, it's just horrible. And unfortunately, that's the stuff you got to watch for, that as well as that proper thick stuff. Now, some of the other parts might not be too bad because they're a little bit secluded, although some of them are out in the middle of the field, so I'm hoping they've got a bit of sun on them and there's not so much kind of wet mud and stuff, because some of the other bits is quite dry. Those bits are bad. Just repath this, but I'll just come up with the roots again. I thought today would be a little bit of a struggle, but not quite as bad as this. So unfortunately, some of these bits might be a little bit tricky as well. Not so much here, but maybe further up. because as you get further up, I mean, it's still stuff like this gravel stuff, but you get pockets like this. I'm wondering along near the motorway where we go through like a little tunnel, what that's like today, because usually it's good when it's dry, but when it's wet, as you can see, it gets proper muddy, and there's likely to be some pockets of probably worse than this. So we'll see how we go. It's kind of one of those points now where you get to a certain point, so we're now like running along the back of Letchworth, but you kind of either have to go all the way around. There's not really there's a couple of quick routes back, I suppose, but you have to go through town and stuff. Look on his face, and most of the cyclists do go around the Greenway. They'd be trekking through and stuff like that. So gearing wise for me isn't so much of a problem. This thing's got mountains of torque, even though it's a high speed version. But torque, in all honesty, doesn't mean crap when you've got serious amounts of mud. This bit is sometimes a little bit stodgy when it's been raining, so again, it's going to be avoid the puddle time along here as much as we can. You know, this dries up, but then you generally have bits of wet stuff, and the cyclists tend to just hurtle through here, which is fair enough, you know. They've got two wheels and, you know, some normal braking, whereas I've got regen braking, or, you know, not just regen braking, but like, you know, braking that's got on momentum. So these sort of sticky bits, which are bloody nasty, you have to be careful. I'm being as, you know, about as careful as I can be. I'm not speeding along it by any means. I'm just taking it at a steady pace. Watch out for cyclists behind as well, hence the mirror, which you see my arm keep lifting up. I've got a mirror on the back of my hand, so you can see behind you. It's especially helpful if you're, you know, going along the road, because obviously you can see traffic and things like that. And again, it's just about trying to be a bit more safer. Thank you. Guy from Milton Keynes was right. Might have been Pete, not sure. Still don't remember his name. Not bad of me. But the kind of almost comedy horn is a bit nicer, to be honest, and it's a bit of fun. Ah, shit. This ain't gonna be good. Just going to take it easy down here. It's this. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Take it easy, Simon, take it easy. If you hear me talking to myself, I'm willing this not to slip out. I think we're going to stick to the normal path. Oh. Like I said, those bits downhill with some of this mud is it's challenging. You know, I'm not going to shy away from a challenge, but I also don't want to hurt myself either. So, you know, if I'm not one of these speed demons that you often see, like Chooch and all the others that like mad chaos will run through some of these, you know, whoa, slide out. So much slide out today. Oh crap. This was probably not the best idea, if I'm honest. I should have just gone and found a path, because the rest of this, oh shit, I think it's going to be a lot like this. You know, I'm out. It's the main thing. I just wish it was a bit drier, just enough to take that top layer off. It's just not great. I mean, my tyres are knobbly and it's got a fair amount of chunky tread on it, but even this is struggling. I didn't think it would. I mean, it's for the most part, I'm staying upright, albeit sideways, but it's a hell of a challenge, I'll give you that. Now we've got a slope going upwards, and we'll see if we can get away. Let's see if we can get up here without drama. Oh, yes. Oh. And onto more slop. It's more of a slower trail rant, and there's going to be, I mean, this bit is probably, I would say this bit's probably worse than most of the other bits. Most of the other bits are kind of hardened gravel or something like that, limestone. You still have that top layer, but you've got something solid underneath, whereas this is, it's merely mud. You've got obviously mud on the top, but that's all run down from like the bank. I mean, you can see the bike trail along here. They've dug in some of these bits pretty deep and slid. So it's challenging. It is very challenging today. Right, I'm going to get off at this bit here, because again, I think I might slide. Right. Onwards. Some joggers out. Joggers will all be going on doing it, getting a roast dinner. So this might be a little bit tricky. So we're coming out further around the back of Letchworth, and yeah, this is bloody slidey. Oh, damn it. Why did I do this today? For entertainment, apparently. And it's not come sliding off. We'll see. I think the key is as well, not too many sharp movements or turns when you get those slidey bits. Easier said than done. Sometimes you're not expecting it, sometimes you are. And these bits aren't too bad. Again, you've got concrete down here, but you've got all this crap all over it. So this is just as blooming dangerous as some of the other tracks. But we'll press on. So that's what we do. I mean, it's probably not, I don't know whether, you know, this sort of stuff's interesting. I'm probably gonna release this in entirety. So, you know, just one long ride video next week, this week when it comes out, whenever it is. It'll take a little while because YouTube's great at screwing the quality as well, so crap. Ooh. This is slidey. Oh yeah. And some people want to talk to you and others don't. Yeah. Well, that's fine if they don't want to talk to you, but at least say hello, couldn't you? You know, I always say hello, even if they don't say hello back, or afternoon, or thank you. You know, being as polite as possible. I'll always slow down. I'm never really hooning it around here. We did a little when we was on boards in the summer. This is a cracking rip through on the boards. I must save up enough money to get myself a mountain board as well. Although I am, believe it or not, those that watch channel, I'm thinking about getting a Pint X. I just want something like, sort of just something little to nip down into town, around the town. That's a bit, you know, less conspicuous than this. We'll see. So we're going down Letchworth near the tip. And then we're going to be queuing up. So we're going to go around them. And we're back on the trail. So there's a few little roady bits on this trail. You can go that way through Norton, and that brings you out, eventually brings you out to like Norton Common, and you still kind of come out in Letchworth and you come down to standalone farming out that way, and you kind of join the same way that I'm going to go. This just gives you a bit of the true kind of Greenway when you're going around. Thank you. Quite courteous. They heard the horn. And this is Bat Alley. I think it's this one and another one. Going across here at the right time at night, the right time of year. Nothing but bats, which is really cool. Another part of the A1M. There. That look of put my shades down and go, damn, what a ride. It's always a thing with anything cycling to without handlebars, so and decided to go the lesser of two evils. Another road up here, so I'm going to turn the camera off now. So it's and a hill. Yucky. Kind of casual looks, and then you get the what the look, and then you get the cool look. Or I think if you're of the younger age, he says that thick man. It is, I'd rather not say it. That's just me. Yeah, that wheel's still squirrely. I think next week I'm going to have to take this apart again. Christ, clean the wheel up, I think, anyway. Get that wheel sorted. It's still, must be the achievements now. Still not right, which buckled a little bit already. mouth. Don't try and carve on the slidey bit. The slide yeah, I do need to sort that out. I think next things for this is like obviously sort the tyre out, because it's a brand new tyre. I want to make sure that it's proper. A couple more inner tubes. Thank you. It's a unicycle. We're definitely not going to go across that bit. Although this is probably still going to be crap anyway, isn't it? What fun. Oh, it's still better in the daytime. This is new. Okay, they've built an assault course. I wish they'd flatten that out though. Right, tiny bit of path. I'm going to get back onto the trail. This car park sometimes a bit rubbish, so we'll see how this is. Oh, damn. Small crappie. Yeah, it's not great. The car park's usually full of just potholes and mud. Till it's dry, then it's just a big pothole. It's obviously dirty as anything. Unfortunately, again, this is one of the worst bits, bad bits. Oh, look at that, Jesus. That's going to be slow going. I'm going to try and stick to the middle bit where cyclists hopefully have been already this morning, because it's proper muddy. And I must admit, I like trail riding, but trail riding like this just ain't fun, because it's challenging. I get that, but when it kind of slows down to a point where it's just too dirty, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear the fan on my RS19. They tend to blow the fan quite loud. I wouldn't say they're challenged, because like it's not really been a challenge, but you know. Trees along here. Thank you. There's a lot of unhappy people. That's all I'm going to say. I know it's January blues and all that crap, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of January. January sucks generally. Funds after Christmas come down after you had time off. God was out for it. Oh, at least it's smart, finally. Something, a tiny bit of hello, smart, something. this along here, again, it's usually fine because it's better than the other areas, but it's all it's drier than it is at the other place. You know, I'm just going to...
Sorry, he's a bit...
No, that's alright.
He's got no traffic sense.
That's alright, you guys go first. You got the right of way.
That's what I'm meant for.
Yeah, it's keeping on it in this mud. It's proper muddy around here at the moment. It's alright on two wheels. See you later. See, another nice one. We've found some nice people. Again, it's a bit of respect for them because they've got the right way. So I slow down for people like that. And crap like this. Oh God, it's proper muddy today. Oh, I'm not going to enjoy cleaning this at all. But I have got to take the wheel off again. And another. I'm not sure how good this bit's going to be. Ah, of course. Of course they put a fat bloody gate across. Why wouldn't they? I should have got another bit, but it was proper muddy. Well, but this bit ain't going to be. This bit's quite rocky along here. But has a tendency to build up big puddles. So again, in the dry, not a problem. It's bumpy, and actually it's a lot better than it was. But this time of year, so we've gone. Where have we gone? Hitchin, Letchworth, back in Norton. And we're coming kind of almost circling back round towards Letchworth again, and this path eventually brings you out right next to Standalone Farm. Those that know it, really good place to take your kids and stuff. Really nice little farm that they can wander around, see animals and watch them being fed and all that sort of good stuff. It's a really nice little place to go when it's a bit nicer weather, to be honest. And you time it right, and they have, like, you know, baby lambs and baby pigs and chicks and stuff like that, so kids absolutely love it. So we'll be heading back up there once the weather's a little bit more forgiving. And I think it's when it opens again. I don't know if it's closed at the moment. It closed about something like October, maybe November, and then it opens probably sort of February, March time. When it's, I suppose, when like the animals are, you know, a bit more outside and things like that. At the moment, it's winter in the UK, and look at this horrendous bloody mud. See if we can get around it. Why? Shit. Get around. That went a lot better than I thought. I thought I was going to lose it. There was a few massive rocks and a lot of mud. But it's like we can see we've got a ton of mud in there. I think we'll definitely be doing some cleaning when we get back, making sure there's nothing inside, nothing's, you know, going to cause any problems. So as I've gone through some puddles, I haven't gone through sort of deep puddles, and, you know, I'll take it slow so I don't like splash the wheel up and stuff like that. But the mud could cause a problem where it goes around in the wheel and then it splits up into the top of it. But we'll see. This is a lot more muddy than it usually is. It's just muddy all over the place today. It's just not one bit that's dry. Well, that's a lie. There's a few bits that are dry, but they are few and far between. I mean, it's been raining for like about 2 weeks, and then had a bit of a dry spell, and then it rained again last night. So unfortunately it hasn't had the chance properly to dry out. I just thought about that massive hill that I've got to go down. Crap. That might be a walk, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure whether that's going to be slidey or rideable. There's one big hill. You either, you know, depending on which way you go around the Greenway, you go up a massive hill, kind of towards the start within the first sort of couple of miles, or you go down the hill, which generally is what we do. But it's packed ground like this, and in theory the water should have run down it, but could be a bit tricky. So we'll see. No, that's all right. I won't go quick, just in case. So again, being a bit more slowed down for dogs and stuff. There's sometimes a little few junctions along here, so I have to make sure people are aware, just in case there's cyclists, because cyclists will bomb down here more than what we do. Listen. Some people listen, some people won't. Thank you. Crap. Oh. That's horrible. I'm not sure how great it's going to be. Hopefully it's dry. It's dry. It's still challenging, but it's doable. So here we go. This bit. Oh crap, look at that bit along there. So the hill weren't too bad. Some of these bits channel out when it gets rainy. It channels out all the mud. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Take that aside. Again, it's just that sloppy crap. My car ain't gonna be happy about that tonight, I reckon. It's gonna have lots of mud and stuff. There we go, which way are we going? Thank you. getting round now though. It's not the home straight, but we're heading back into, or back round the back of Letchworth and back to Letchworth. Oh, feet are slipping still. Thank you. Don't call your dog, will you? Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. This is proper gnarly along here. This is a lot worse than it usually is, even after rain. Proper slow. Thank you. Yeah, it's proper muddy, proper slidey, and that's going to need one hell of a clean. Right. Change hands. Oh. Oh. I mean, to be honest, this is why I use the 360. 360 is just point, just because stuff like that, it's a lot easier. I ain't got to worry about it until I get home. I know sometimes it's just like, oh look, you see a Simon's ugly mug all the time, and you want more interesting shots of the wheel and stuff, but sometimes, especially when it's like this, oh, you're a bit cold and a bit wet. But it's probably about 4 or 5 miles left. So we've probably done about 9 miles, 8 miles. We're heading down to the back of Standalone Farm, and then we have to go up and across a road and through a housing estate. As soon as we get through there, then we're back on the last bit of the trail and heading back to the car. So it's not been bad, but oh, damn, there's some proper muddy bits. Yeah, when it's like this, it's not too bad, but those muddy bits are really muddy. It's going to need a dismantle and clean, I think, today. Oh, I don't know about today or it's just going to be the inside. The trouble with these is that if you're going through mud and things like that, where the wheel goes round, it's like having a giant mudguard or fender if you're in the States. Basically, as the wheel goes round, unless it keeps going round and it sticks to the wheel and comes out the other side, you get a little bit of build up inside. Now eventually that will probably, you know, work its way loose, but that inside gets really dirty. I mean, last time I took this off to do my tyre, that inside was like dry dirt, and it wasn't too bad, just like a layer. So most of it will come off, but as I've got to try and reseat my tyre anyway. I mean, and as you can see, it's not causing too much problem, but I can see it, I can tell that it's just a slight bit off. It's not a huge amount off, but it's enough. I spoke to a chap in Halfords who he said he'd reseat it for me and try and get some slime in it as well. So hopefully that'll help as well. Just, you know, added layer of protection. But we'll see if it can, depending on the valve. He said about taking the valve out to do it, which is probably exactly where it went wrong. you know, I don't think I took the valve out, just stuck it on the end, but there's not really any instructions to say take the valve out, but it makes sense because you take that little bit out. Thank you. Oh, that's proper slimy shit. Let's try and wipe my feet off. Absolute state. Bit muddy up there. Yeah. I'll go up that way. I've had enough mud for one day. Enough mud for one day. Just got to go up the road, wait for these cars. Unfortunately, there's a bit of road we need to go along and up to get back onto the trail properly. As safely as we can. Not too much bother. Obviously that car's passed just to get to the top of this hill. I could go quicker, but I go what's comfortable to me. There's a few potholes up here, so we're going to get back on the path up here. So once we get around this junction, whoa, slow down, mate. Right, so we're going to get again, I'm having to go along the path. The sun's quite low, so I'm going to drop my visor, I think, just because it's a bit shaded. Some of these paths are a bit broken up. I don't know if you can still hear me with my lid on. Some of these people, dogs. Just we have to go past the paths just to get back on the trail. A bit of air in. I don't know why, but these still seem to fog up. here. There's a pub we usually stop at. It's not the best pub by any means, but they have let us charge before, so when we do rides, if there's boards that are doing this that hasn't quite got enough charge, we'll stop there and we'll charge up. Right. That's it, out the sun. Alright. I just goes right in the sun. Oh, the path along here is crap. That's why going on the road is usually better. You might go along a bit on the road. Have to go along here a little bit and then turn right to get to the next part of the Greenway. This is through a prefab housing estate. Talking to my other half's uncle that said these were, I think these were done during the war, like to house like servicemen and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with them, properly well built. It's just a kind of a strange little estate that you go through, and if you're not, you know, if you're not aware of it, it could come across a little bit, I don't know, just a bit strange. So absolutely fine going through here. Never had any problems. In fact, we've had people just sort of going, "Yay! Look at that! What is it?" So. Where's this guy going? Is he turning around? Just coming past you guys on your left. Thank you. So again, quite respectful. Not horrible, nasty, shouty. Just have to cross a little bit of estate on the Greenway. There's not, I don't think, I'm wrong, but I don't think there is another cut through unless you go across fields, I presume, or something dark like that, but nah. Down here. So we're going to get to this gate and then we're just going to, I mean, one of the good things is that, I'll say that, but one of the good things, I don't think police in this area really know or have seen these sort of things. A lot of people haven't seen these before. There's only me and a couple of others in Hitchin in the area that ride these. I've seen a lot of sparkly stuff on here, so that's not glass. But yeah, so I went past a place when I was doing a little lunchtime write-off. And he kind of turned the other way. Thank you. Oh, yeah. But this, some of this is on the kind of final stretch. This was probably a bad idea. Oh. That's what I say every time I go on this.
Scary.
It's a little bit, yeah. Sunday walkers, which is nice to see, out with the families. We took Molly out for a kind of cycle lesson and trying to sort of make it a bit more fun, try and get her to go a bit further. Got a new bike now because our old one was basically and these was touching the handlebars. Like, yeah, you're getting a bit too big for that now. So yeah. There's a forest trail back there. Again, when it's really nice and it's dried out, fantastic little forest trail, really technical, and there's a bit on the other side of this road as well. Oh, the road when you get further around, but not this time of year when it's like this. I couldn't give a shit. Not listening. Thank you. But I do like this trail. This and a few others are on my doorstep, especially when the sun's out. I couldn't miss the opportunity to do this when the sun's out. It seems like we haven't seen a decent bit of sun for weeks, maybe even a month. Darker nights, and hopefully they're starting to brighten up now. Hopefully we can get on a few more rides. So that really, apart from the bit that's opposite the road that I can't do at the moment because it's going to be too dodgy with how wet and stuff it is still. We're going to roll down the path, go up the road, back to the car. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you as always for my support, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys.